Hello. Hi guys. Sorry about that. Jeez, I'm late. Sorry. Wasn't able to start Facebook Live. I promise you, lives and me have seem to be having this long-term issue, long-term challenge. But anyway, here I am. Here I am finally. Beautiful day, another beautiful day. So, no wind. Sun's trying to come out. Another summer trying to break through. So what's there not to be grateful for? So I'll just suck it up. I'll just suck it up. And yeah, well, I'll get used to it. I'll figure out Facebook Lives one day and be on time one day. Anyway, my name is Judy V and I work with entrepreneurially minded people to become financially empowered so that they can have the freedom that they deserve. And I'm really, really passionate about working with people to become financially empowered. So what does that mean? What does that mean? There's so many ways in which one can do that, because the philosophy is that if you're not financially empowered, you're not empowered in life. And where does financial empowerment come from? Where does it start from? It's not about how much money you have in your bank. It's not about how much money you're bringing in. It's not about how much you're able to hold on to money or even grow money. It's way, way more than that. And it starts with mindset. Okay? So what I want to focus on, and I'm focusing on it a lot this week in my group, the Wealth Breakthrough group, and focusing on it a lot this week about healing our fractious relationship with money, okay, and how we can do that, and different ways in which we can do that. And one of the ways I'm going to suggest we start to do that is how we treat ourselves, okay, because it all starts in the mindset. It all starts in terms of how we believe we deserve, what we believe about ourselves, and the beliefs we carry about ourselves, and the meaning that we've applied to things throughout our life, including challenges, including experiences that we've had. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start to do is start looking at how we treat ourselves. Okay, if we don't treat ourselves like first class, okay, and like we are the most important thing in the world, that we deserve everything that we desire, we don't absolutely treat ourselves like that, then no one else is, and certainly not money is. Okay, so we need to look at our life and see, well, where are we not treating ourselves first class? Okay, so that's what I want to focus on today. Looking at different areas of your life, break it down. Okay, so health-wise, where are you not treating yourself first class? Where you treat, it was like the analogy I used was British Airways. You know, I fly a lot with British Airways. Well, I used to fly a lot with British Airways. I'm hoping to continue to, but you know, and the analogy I use is like British Airways, right? The executive club. You've got blue tier, bronze tier, silver, gold, platinum, and elite. Okay, so they're different levels. Okay, the blue tier is when you haven't got any points, and then bronze you've got a little bit more, and silver a little bit more, and so on. And you get, you know, upgraded to the lounge and business class, cheaper flights, and upgrades and all this sort of stuff, right? And look at that in terms of your life. Where do you treat yourself physically, emotionally, financially, mentally, in relationships, socially, spiritually? Where do you think of yourself? How do you treat yourself in each of those areas of life? Okay, do you treat yourself on the blue tier, silver, bronze? Is it elite? Which is it? Okay, and break each one of those areas down, right? So like, for example, I'll give you an example. One of the things I used to do many years ago, like, Jesus, going back 25 years ago, when I first started to put a financial plan in place and look at where it is I want to go to, what it is I want to have in my life. And one of the things that's very important to me is quality of life, standard of life, not necessarily the financial net worth, but certainly the standard of life. And I started putting in a plan about so long ago now, 25 years ago. And one of the things I started doing this very exercise: where am I not treating myself first class? And one of the things that came up was, I love travel. Tiny and I absolutely love travel. We absolutely, like, is like number one. That's the one thing we'll always spend money on, is travel, right? But I realized that I was always booking flights with like Ryanair, for example. Nothing against Ryanair, okay, but it just wasn't for me, right? I was booking flights with Ryanair, and I was like, and it was like such an inconvenience. Jeez, you'd get to an outland, you'd like to go in those days, right, from London, you'd have to go all the way up to Luton or something like that, and fly out to some airport like 100 kilometers from where you wanted to be, get transport into where you wanted to be, just to save a few pounds on flight. And that's when I decided, no, I'm not doing that anymore, because Parkman, yes, they've got brutal customer service, so I hated the way they treated me. So I then looked at it and looked at the pricing and decided, well, if I book far enough in advance, I can actually book local trips on business class in British Airways for not a lot more than if you take the whole cost of a Ryanair flight. Okay, and the little bit more was worth it to me. I was worth it. It was worth it for me, right? So I started that, and I made a decision then that I was going to make sure that when I travel the way I want to travel. I treat myself how I would love to be treated. I would love to treat others. Yeah? So that's what I did, and I've been looking at my life in all different areas like that ever since. And I think it's a really, really, really great way to break down and analyze every single part of what we live. Like, what sort of foods do we choose? Do we always choose the cheapest? Do we always choose the cheapest meats? Do you choose the cheapest vegetables? Do you, when you are buying stuff for yourself, do you buy the cheapest stuff? Can you not make a plan and go and buy in sales? Whatever's more important to you, where in the life can you upgrade? You know, even right down to the service providers you have. Do you feel like you're valued? Do you feel like they give you the service you pay for? You're right. If not, why stay with them? Can you look for somewhere else? Have an audit this week on all areas of your life. Okay. All those areas and all the component parts that make that up, right? So we go really deep into this in the money program that I do, right? Really, really, really deep. We break it down right down to the bubble bath you use, okay? So break it right down. What quality of life have you got? How do you treat yourself? When you treat yourself first class, then you start to own and deserve. Then you start to really become empowered. And when you're empowered, what comes naturally is financial empowerment. And that is the most important thing. When you're financially empowered, you're empowered in all areas of life. And it starts with mindset. It starts with how you treat yourself. It starts with what you believe you deserve. And it's my philosophy that you deserve financial freedom, because you deserve the freedom that wealth brings. And that is what financial freedom will give you. Because when you've got financial freedom, you've got time and space in life and in your head to focus on all the areas of life that are most important to you. And that's when you live the most fulfilled life. That's when you start experiencing the true potential of who you are. That's when you start expressing yourself to the fullest extent of your potential. And that is what we are here to do. Why would we not do that? Okay. So what I want you to do, thank you so much, Bev, that's so beautiful, I appreciate that, thank you. How are you doing? I want you to spend this week, please spend this week analyzing every single area of your life, and it doesn't have to mean spending money. I mean, everyone is being mindful at the moment of their financial resilience. It's not about spending money, don't get me wrong, it is not. I gave you an example about flying. We can't fly at the moment, okay? So, but where for you can you start breaking down the different areas of life, and what can you do to increase your standard of living, give yourself a first-class experience? What is it? Even if it's like taking 30 minutes out a day for yourself to go for a walk, to go to meditate, to go and have a bubble bath. What type of bubble bath are you using? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be about spending money. It could be doing a complete audit on your finances. It could be doing an audit of your service providers. It can be as equally about saving money not just spending money. Okay, so I want you to really get clear about that this week. Remember, it all starts up here. Okay, treat yourself first class. Okay, that's when things start to change. All right, guys, take care. Have a wonderful week, and I'll chat to you soon. Bye.